Senga siku badde ndezi abana ba Subaru nagala moroka ndala kumuyisa Morning, people. Aba Subaru gyenva okuyisa alinnye kuva eri katayagala muyise kyenabadde mbagamba yesterday twabadde tuwugira nani emmotoka guba mutima gwa muntu. It's not a type of car. Ate muyisiriza mu namba 3. Namba 3. But the people of Bombo Road, did you see the traffic jam yesterday? And the people that bypassed Bombo Road yesterday evening, did you see the jam? It's like it was revenging. Good morning, Chris Fitness, Antonio, October, Bridget Kakai, Isaac, Sanji Phone Solutions. Namukadde omulabi ava kuyisa Subaru mpya. Undagene edala. Naye nga kajamu mwakala yabo ku Bombo Road. It's like the jam was sent. Whoa, it was literally everywhere, starting Kawempe. Sanji Phone Solutions, tell us about what you do. Tell us. About how we have Masaka Road, now they are selling plots past PG 14 million. Like past PG, that's far. Like how are you selling a plot past PG at 14 million? PG is already far. But people are selling plots after PG with 20. You people, me I already live far. And I live only 30 kilometers. PG is like 30. Kato mtu wa 8 PG aragawa. Ila agenda beda yo atya. Ukujongere obeda dala mu PG. Yeah, but yesterday I realized that what's disturbing us is not actually the distances. What's disturbing us is the roads. Hey, banange sikalabye kali rudda wangamba nkalabenga bakapande ka stop. So messages nziraba later. The water there at Watindo had crossed. It's what caused the jam. Yes, man, the jam was massive. I left class at 8:30. We drove. Iwala yonatambula bulungi tugenda tukeka Wempe. Mama, Jinja Kalori around that place. It was bad. This is the place that flooded. So we reached Jinja Kalori. We crossed down there and Mwebye Bubyeyo Wanseyo. Netujja paka Kawanda. I would have gone up to Chitezi, but the Chitezi road is terrible. I would rather stomach the jam. So we came back to the main road via Kawanda, and here it was a little slow, but it was bearable. So we bared, and we got home at 11:30. 11:30. We got home at 11:30. We slept at around 1:30 midnight. Yeah, so that's how we are late today. And I can jam cover the sponsored. Good morning, Abby. The prices of land, indeed, Chris. Because we are talking about omuntu ayite empiki n'omuguze million 2 nga ayise empiki dada agenda kukolera yoche. Because in PG itself, driving without jam You need a serious 1 hour without jam. Ukitegera kati gattako jam wa Busega Nsangi no Busega Kyengera. It's terrible. Then going back to Kampala gattako Nsangi to Kyengera is terrible himself in the evening. We need alternative routes. Of course, now they have an alternative route that goes to Kajansi. The time that I was Wasubaru Unas ansabye mwaba Subaru muliwa namuyisiriza yiri ansabye mukkiriza ondabye mukkiriza nyina omutima omulungi kanyingire mu yisabo nenze bwe nkukwatako bukwasi nti ate nze byavuga ebyo sibivuga goba overtaking olina okubanga olaba gy'olaga kati mbw ampisa kundaga nti agenze. Okay. Abby, how is it now? Isaac Surveyor. Ate landpreneur. I have quite affordable land on most of the roads. Yes, Isaac, share your phone number. We have plenty of people here that would want to buy land. Bananga atwinawo surveyor wano. Isaac, share your number. Isaac, share your number. Mwe eno corona mujireke abarabe video ngetandika live ngetandika daisizo omyayi wa Subaru oyo ndoza nagwamu n'amaanyi obana amagulu ne gakankana alaba akamotoka kagenze ye kataze nansaba busabi bambi kanyingire mumude nga akube ng'ombe kanyingire bambi ne mugakale yingira yansi byakuleka nawe oli bako kyonywa nti nayisa corona naye nga tewagiisa wamusaba. Bana Isaac, share your phone number. I'm sure people here want a surveyor. I'm sure they also want land, affordable land at least. Affordable land. Is your land titled over it's Ndagano, over it's both? And which areas do you have titled? Which areas do you have Ndagano, and so on and so forth? It's important that they know. But anyway, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys had a very good night. Abby, is the audio better now? Is the audio better? Uli audio abademo empewo ingeje mbadde ntademo tabo modi. Good morning, Mark. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is yesterday, by the way, I fasted an entire 18 hours. You'll be surprised. I had last eaten at 10 p.m. the previous night, but bwetwa get down ni daktari Chiwanuka nagamba nkole 18 by 6. So I did 18, although I did not do the full 6 hours of eating, because by the time I broke my fast, it was 5 p.m. I was headed to class, and I did that. Then I came out. When I did a full meal, twakomyewo kyo twatusa 5 n'ekitundu nga tulina kulyawo kantu. It's not healthy to eat at midnight, so I don't really eat the entire 6 hours like I had planned, because I had planned to eat it 6 hours non-stop, but I did not. But I fasted for an entire 18 hours with only water. Yeah, and I ojiraba upside down erimu kaso erimu muwogo bambi erabika yaganye kusiba nagamba okusinga okutta abantu kanje kubba ekigo mugirabe role yagibye ekigo. Good morning, Arthur. My car ignition die off, especially in the morning hours. For the first ignition, what could be the problem? What do you mean? Does it have a hard start? Does the self starter not work? Because those are two things. The hard start, which is normally coming from a faulty engine or knock sensor, or bad plugs, or a bad fuel system. But also there is also not starting, having that lag, and sometimes not actually cranking because the self starter is dead. So what's the actual problem? Muduma Mitiana Road, yes. Gonza. So what's good morning, Daniel. Bombo Road starting at Migadde. Nabagamba mwabali abalugambera wala mugenda kulewala okunsinga kati Migadde obo iseko ne wangi. But anyway, Isaac, how much is your land in Migadde? And how much is the land in Buduma? Wakati emigadde nkimanyi that's titled land si kabaka. Naye Alfred y'obwakabaka ng'abadde agivuga bubi oba yateekako buteesi bipande. So Isaac, meanwhile teweerabira share your phone number. I don't know if the comments prohibit you people from sharing phone numbers. Let me try with your phone. You try. Let me do it. Huh? You go. You do. Yeah, because it's 7:27, eh? Because it's 7:27. Ate sinza vuga bya kiralu. Bane bo bivuga, oba late. Fasting is good. There's a way you feel to class during and after the fasting. For me, every Sunday is fasting day 16. I tell why would you fast on Sunday? Sunday is eating day. Yeah, Chris Fitness. Sunday is eating day. Yeah, I feel my body feels better. I'm much more awake today morning. I know it. The fasting contributed a lot. Normally when badde nga nzuuka nga bwenzuuka nsigalamu ku tulo. But today I'm very alert. What the neighbor say like 5 hours. But I'm quite alert. I know it's the first thing that contributed. But they don't simanyi bwe malako nadde njagala ne leero nkole kyekimu naye maama enjala ngenkedde. Whoa, enjala eringa gye batumye. It starts well, but after like 1 minute it die off. But when I start again, it's okay. Over plugs, if it starts very well, then it might be the it starts then goes off. Nozzles. I will be into BBD because for combustion to work its magic, you need air first of all. You need a spark which comes from the plug, and then you need fuel which comes from the nozzles. So sometimes ebintu bino ebintu plugs bwezibambi ne nozzle bwezibambi nti emmoroka emala kubugumamukko then nekiddamu. Then you might also want to check the fuel filter to see if it's clean enough, to see that the pump does. Kati bamakanika but tebalina fuel pressure gauge, but if they had, you would check to see if the pressure is enough. Ebintu ebimu ebitera okuleeta obuzibu nga birinda kumala kubuguma byebyo okitegeera. Nozo ziba zirinda kumala kugirako. Oyinza okusanga nga fuel filter ebadde filtering bulungi amafuta gajja makyafu. Then but the first thing that everyone will check will be the plugs. When did you last change your plugs? Good morning, Patricia. Patricia, you're a female mechanic. Oh, nice to hear from you. Where do you work from? Today is Market Tuesday. You can tell people about yourself. Oli makanika bali abatali bayaye. Manya ate abakazi bafuuka abayaye ate baba bazibu nnyo. Andi abasajja bayaye. Naye ate obusanga omukazi omuyaye oyinza n'okwagala okwetuka. But Patricia, I hope oli makanika abali genuine betwagala. But tell us about yourself. What cars do you specialize in? Team Vegas. What is Team Vegas though? Sajja moroka ya faji vuga bubi. Omusajja we moroka yo wabakabaka gobo mumanyi mugambe. Moroka ya faji vuga bubi tetujja kigumikiriza. Moroka ya bujajja. So good morning. Today is Market Tuesday. I hadn't really figured out what I wanted us to talk about today, because every Market Tuesday we learn something new. I try to take it already in the marketing. So normally I try to use this time to share some of the knowledge that I have. Emoroka ya bujjajja ya CBS naye ayisa eringa eyiye bw'oba ovuga emoroka yaffe gavumenti ey'obujjajja oba inavuga mpola ffe tukuyise tugende naye ovuga emoroka yaffe ogivuga bubi. Good morning team 3 oba Timmy. Good morning Antonio. Bangene ne muganda wange ono anti ffenna we serve the country yakwata mundu nze nkwata Fort simu wano oza nagenda naye ekirungi alimu yekka. Good morning. So today I figured you guys for once you tell us about your businesses. Nena ngenda basomesa ya akantu kamuko kaba tell us surveyor waffe sina number you, so ideally you should share your number. Isaac, share your number. I think I've talked about the importance of websites name getting in kalwa bemanyi okubya notuka maaso eyo nebikwata. Nona avuga emmotoka yaffe ey'obujjajja wuuyo gy'alaze. Waliwo yali agamba Maktub brand tezitunda, muno temukyalimu Maktub brand n'emu. Sometimes manjagala okudduka naye nempulira nga ngenda kwokya amafuta gange ga bwereere nga ne bwodduka tolina kyoyongerako. You're basically wasting fuel. As per your view, do you think a motor garage business can work out in Matuga on Bombo Road Highway? Abe, yes. For starters, there is no reasonable garage josoro kutunda ke Matuga. Nga abantu bali responsible. Jotunya no ganti kangende wano bajja kunkola kwa I've been in Matuga for 2 years. And I can tell you babakanika be Matuga bonna beetetenkanya. They are not serious. Nti bwaba amanyi bwakwasaganya ebirala okitegeera abaana baleseewo bonoona bwonoonyi. There is a time I went to fix baali banyigamu mukonokono. The first time I went there babikola bulungi nnyo ne banyigamu because the guy was there, he was supervising them. Then the second time he wasn't there, ne bajja moloka yange mu alignment, bamala okujja moloka mu alignment, ne batta eŋŋombe kugamba olunaku lwali lwakutta bussi. That's the last time I actually fixed my car in Matuga. Then the second time I went to a different that's the second last time. Then the other time I went to, of course nyinayo muvubuka amanyi byakola naye naye tali stable. Okitegeera olumu ogenda ku garage nga taliiwo. Okitegeera kugamba they have not really started businesses. They started garages because they knew how to fix some things, or they knew how to fix cars, and then they did not fully believe in themselves. So in a way, because they don't believe in themselves, they don't even have sustainable marketing plans. And let's even leave the word sustainable, because the word sustainable in marketing means something totally different. But they did not start, they don't have proper marketing systems, because when you have a proper marketing system, chances are high that you're going to have attract customers and then retain them, because that's the goal. Attract, retain, attract, retain, attract, retain. And normally people do that for only businesses that they take to be real businesses. Attract, retain, attract, retain, attract, retain. Apart from the businesses that don't have that kind of that don't work like that, because there are businesses where you can't retain customers. Like a border business, it's very hard for you to retain customers. Nadelanga katingaba nabavuga ekibuga. Nebo obeera okola ku kyalo. Some border guys have retained us, not because they actually want to retain us, we have actually retained them. So, but a business like a garage business, you can actually retain customers. But I doubt there are garages in the outskirts. The garages that actually retain customers are garages like Walusimbi's garage that target corporate customers. Era abaseera ennyo bebate naye ate tosobola kuseera nga your systems are ramshackled. Okitegeera bano bavuga biki tebamanyi nti nze ndireeti. By the way, at the moment, if you can avoid buying a Sienta, don't buy it. at the moment, if you can avoid, especially if you're buying a used car, if you can avoid buying a Sienta, avoid buying a Sienta. Where ate ngoli musajja ovugutya ng'abakazi usibasibe bitete bitatigerekeka ebitubireke ate ne busienta mulekere bamaama. Yeah, the garage, we're going to call a garage like a business. It's important that you create something that is as attractive. The washing bays these days. The guys that invest in washing bays these days invest real money. They work on the floor properly. They work on sheds. They work on an office, a sitting area. Probably even put a restaurant. So that's what something you should think about if you want to invest in a garage. Create a standard setting where someone can come and feel comfortable. Say wantu omulija agenda okuleeta emmotoka ye, bw'aleeta emmotoka ye ate n'okugirekawo ng'alaba tewalabika bulungi. Bwe kuba kulekera emmotoka ng'asobola ogikulekera n'amanya nti ajja gisanga ng'etukula nga bwe yagirese. Okitegeera. Also create a setting where makanika ne bwagwa wansi w'emmotoka ne yeebaka wansi taddugala. Waliwo garage ezimu nga makanika bwagwa wansi avaayo alinga bisooto. Those garages are not exciting. I know someone who works in a garage. He lost one of his customers, and the reason the customer gave was that the garage is dirty. You can imagine your customer giving that excuse. Don't let customers give excuses like that in your businesses. So if you're going to invest in a garage, ideally it would be a very nice thing. Invest in a fence, invest in a number of sheds, a service bay area. Gulayo ku bintu bya gas of no mwana amanyi okwokya gas. Then gulayo ku standard machinery like the jacks. Ezo jack eziri modern ng'esobola okusitula emmotoka namba lumu bwe kiba kisobose oba ng'esobola okusitula one side at once. Okitegeera teziba za bbeeyi nnyo if you have decided to do business. Matuga temuli garage naawe. Mulimu obugaraji. And probably because no one has actually invested in a garage, they are surviving. People have no option, especially Matuga is going to be full of corporates in the next 2 years. I'm telling you, I'm seeing what is happening in our estate. It's going to be so. And I can tell you that where corporates are, they need a corporate-like garage where they can say, "Nkanikira wano, neyekuba selfing alimu garage nebata chikiza nti alimu garage." That's why the garages in Tinda Chisasi Chanja and Aria are taking people's money, because they have created a standard environment where people will feel proud to bring their cars. Nga bwaba aina kachudwe ni kakwana ajana ko mu garage ne batula wali mu shade kachudwe ni kagamba gaya alina sente. Oshegire the environment of the ne bwaba taina sente ne ko kabaka lozo manyi ndanga abachale bakuba bitono omukyala ajana alaba garage wokanikira ngenyi anagamba uno mugagga unavula bwakanikira mmotoka. Okisegire yeah. So it's important. After how far with the idea of the WhatsApp group, I'm working on it. Access News, I'm working on it. Good morning, Moses Heath. I'm working on it. I don't want to start a WhatsApp group that doesn't have clear ground objectives. Because apparently, I was discussing one of you here, and he was telling me the WhatsApp group works for people that don't actually talk more often. But we do. We talk every day. So I'm trying to figure out the clearest objective I can get for our WhatsApp group. You know, Abby, I wouldn't mind repairing my car from Matuga if there was a standard, if there was a garage that has standard operating procedure. Like the reason why I went to the garage Jebatida Ngombe Yangi was because on Ogaya Ningeria Training Institute. Of course, Yagarawo, Ngatende Kaba Makanika. So he was the most organized garage that I've seen in Matuga, by the way. Nto yingira, nebakwaniriza, nebogera nawe. In the rest of the garages that are in that place, you enter ngatola banago yogera naye. so omubbi asobola okujja nakwasaganya. You get what I'm saying? So at any moment right now, if someone wants to actually invest in a garage, you need to think of a garage that will have like SOPs, not the SOPs of COVID, but the SOPs of your own business. Like, okay, this is how we are going to function in our garage. This is the kind. You need to have a clear target market and work towards actually attracting that market. Because matuka mulimu aba corporate bawera, and in a garage you don't really need to have a lot of cars. If you can have 100 customers coming to your garage a year, gavaja regularly, because the regular checks mulimu kuchusa brakes, kunyiga mbukono, ebisere mukubako kola emipiira. Of course the petrol stations are taking that over because aba garage bakiroberamu tebakikola. Mubamu electronic wiring, okitegeera, wiring, auto mechanics, automobile wiring. Oluzungu ola nange luntapukako ate nga nze nali nsinga okwogera oluzungu ku ssomero lyaffe. Wali abaana baali balina accent naye nga tebalina luzungu, nga bw'atandika bw'ati abeera mu nnamba emu agenda otuuka we yayitiriddemu nnamba bbiri ng'oluzungu lumuweddeko. Kati nze ate terwanzigwangako, naye maama for the love of cars oluzungu luntabuseeko. The kind of technical I don't akapande sikajjukira but it was there. Yali asomesa n'abaana okukanika naye kati yaggalawo nalabye washing bay. But I know that the reason why he closed was because yali business y'okukanika ndooza nga abaana basomesa bamuwa sente ezimumala, because okukanika yitakuwa priority. Me tondekera abaana b'osomesa, that's why they killed my ngombe ne bajja ne moroka mu alignment, okitegera, because baba baana omwana abamwana abatannayiga kati beyalekanga ku garage ye n'akolaki n'atambula. Ideally it would have been proper senga yafunayo omuntu amanyi okukanika n'amulekawo nga supervising abaana bano, which he did not do. So he did not take the business as serious as I thought he should. And I think that's the only reason why he closed down. Nenga yali badde asobola okumalako. Good morning, Gerald. So anybody that's thinking of investing in a garage, don't simply start a garage because you can, because everyone can start a garage. Kasofuna yo jake, nofuna yo spanner, nogenda ogula yo toolbox, nofuna ekifo wooteeka. You can basically start a garage, but that's not how it should be. Jamu yanywedde amafuta bannange. Arthur, which business idea is best for Matuga as of now, especially with capital of like 20 million? I think in Matuga, the population is just growing. I'm thinking, what would I invest in? And I'm telling you that I would invest in transport. I would invest in transport, but the approach would have to be taxi-like, but not actual taxi. That's the approach you would have to use, because the people, like where I live personally, because that's where I start from, we are struggling with transport. Of course, people are struggling with transport, not me per se, but people are struggling with transport. I would tell you to start like a hardware, but they're bigger hardwares that you'll be competing with. I'll give you an example. We have smaller hardwares in where I live, but those small hardwares, I only use them to buy small quantity stuff. I know Salmi. Starting a hardware 20 million would be like shooting yourself in the foot, because you'll be competing like hardware with hardwares like Chiwa, cheap, that give people cheap transport. Like if I go to cheap hardware, for example, which is in Kavuli, I go to cheap hardware, which is in Kavuli, and I buy like 20 bags of cement. They give me a free car to transport my cement and any other material. So I just buy fuel of like 10 to 15,000. And in actual sense, if I were to hire a car, it would cost me about 100,000. But this guy is giving me transport of 15k. So there is no way you're going to compete with that person with your 20 million capital. So hardware for me would be a no-go area. Also, I tend to from what I've heard from small hardware owners, some of these things are very low. You have very low margins, like cement. Like a hardware person will only get profit of 500 shillings from each bag of cement. Yet cement is like the most selling, it's like the highest selling product in a hardware. But if you're set up in a place where people don't buy a lot of cement from you, and for you to sell a lot of cement, you'd have to have facilities like the free transport, almost free transport that I've told you about with cheap. If you don't have that very affordable transport, people are going to go to the bigger hardwares. It means ogenda kupaka otunda bintunga grouti okitegeera. Tiles, people don't buy tiles from those hardwares. Nango raba sizigulayo. Raba ne wa cheap sigulayo hardware. Ate kati musanga abalina abakyala abeegira tiles eziri mu kyalo tazaagala, ina tiles zaagala eza posirini okitegeera. Kati gwe hardware oboviiriddemu awo okitegeera. So in a way, hardware for me is a no-go. Of course, I have a friend that has a hardware, but yamalizanga ebintu ebimu abyekozesereza nga tebabigula. Of course, his hardware is in Wachiso, and yet you know that Wachiso is bigger than Matuga. But still in Wachiso, there are still bigger hardwares. So as a hardware, you would be competing with so many. I don't know about retail business, the retail shop business, but people tend to start retail businesses and they seem to be making some money. But whatever waliwo might have sense in mukatauni yako wempita, the guy that had the biggest shop when I went there, now the shop is going down. Eduka ligwa kupita okitegeera amapya mige manene kati amakadde gagwa. So the retail shop business still is not good for me. Personally, I think I would invest in transport, and I would have to look at the area where I am, because if you're going to be in Matuga, you would probably then think about shuttle services, which take it, because I've seen like my neighbors that have kids that go to the nearby schools. But I'm products because there is no clear shuttle service, and even the schools that have shuttles, they really need help. Batukanga bibatabuseke motoka zibafaako olumu emotoka ntono ng'ate abaana bangi and things like that. So nengo tuva na traffic nawo batusasi waba uli okuba endobwe ng'obwana bulwanyina motoka okugizza mu speed limit. So personally ndabanga transport, but if 20 million do wholesale, because wholesale would actually work if you can bring the wholesale nearer to the people. And some of people are already eating. Good for you. I don't know how the margins are like for the wholesale shops, but in Matuga wholesale definitely. Retail I doubt, because people don't buy retail, but there are so many shops there. So if you're a wholesaler, then there are plenty of customers there that will have to buy from you, whether they like it or not. Just bring it closer to you. But Amaduka retail shops, like count like 200 retail shops, put a wholesale shop there. Which again, I hope in Game Park the business would have blossomed, because we are very weka omunene 20 million obatoli munene Salmin, 20 million obatoli munene for a hardware. Abantu balina hardware nga cement yakaikagwa ina milioni 5. Like the cheap guy I'm talking, buying a cheap, I think it's a franchise. There's a cheap hardware in Nansana, I think or cheap way Nansana, I think yagawa franchise. So I inzo kwa wono guy we waffe Matuga franchise. But oyo guy cheap gwe nkugambako we Matuga, like the cement capital gwalina like a million nga 5. So how are you going to compete with that person with your 20 million? Aina omusenyu, him or hardware. He has sand, all sands. Aina the place where you want omusenyu omuyitirivu. Second, aina amabati. Capital w'amabati gwalina ekali mu million ndoza nga 3. Okitegeera bwe tuva ku mabati ogende ku miti, emiti alabika yeetemera n'ebibira, alabika alina capital w'emiti like alabika alina capital w'emiti over 7 million, because nali muguzeko emiti when I was building the studio. I built a temporary studio. Namugulako emiti naye alina capital mungi. Okitegeera. So you're competing with that person. Aine motoka lorries that deliver things for customers. He has over 5 lorries, including that very big fuso. Okitegeera. So you're going to, that very big fuso can deliver cement worth how many millions? Okitegeera. So you're competing with that person. He gives very affordable. Ntine yo fuso yenyine osasule emitwalo 2. You can imagine. Nti otekako ebintu bya million 8 no sasule emitwalo 2 to deliver them. Can you compete with that person? Kati how am I nzenga ata ngenda kujja ku hardware yento oguleke ebintu bya million 3 ate ngambi kati pangise motoka ebikuleetede. You get ngoli guy ne bogula bya muna. Actually oli guy ne bogula ebintu bya mitwalo 7 akuwe motoka no wayo omutwalo ne bakubikuleetera kusay. It doesn't matter how far it is. Yeka sabala mu amafuta kubogula buguzi mafuta. Like me where I live, I pay him 50. I used to pay 10. Ne amafuta ne galinya kati now I pay 15,000 in for fuel. So hardware, there is no way you're going to compete with that person. There are so many other small hardwares, but they're limping. I'm telling you. Hardware, but they are limping because of the capital they have that is less. Which the capital $1 million hardware you're you know, the approach that I would do, would be to either do wholesale, which is not my thing, like trading. Personal trading is not my thing. Trading but if I were trading, I would invest in a wholesale shop. Distributor, the retailers. Should I go forward? Talking about Matuga. How about a guest house investment with an entertainment sort of band, sauna? Now that would work, but it's also something that you're not doing for short term. You don't expect it to start picking up in like a month or 2. Okuja Kongoliku like a main road. But it would definitely work, it would make money, but it will take time to pick up. Actually, I think that creating an entertainment center that doesn't rely on a guest house would work much better. An entertainment center would require less capital, but entertainment center targeting kids mostly. Section bigger. Probably if you have bigger land like an acre, then you can put that car field, you know, those makeshift fields. But for the corporates, they will definitely come to that field that even goes throughout the night. The one thing that I know that would make you money would be a gym. Of course, you don't have to charge premium prices. You charge small, 3,000, 2,000. Because you can imagine I drive 7 kilometers to get to my gym. Not even 7, I drive about 8 to 9 kilometers to my gym. So a gym, take a cost sauna, but then you have to be an investor. Why am I saying you have to be an investor? Is because you have to put money and you know that you're not going to recoup your investment in a year. Yet you have to have employees there. So you know about with the salary for employees for at least a year. And then be stable. If you tell them sauna works on Tuesday and Thursday, let sauna work on Tuesday and Thursday every week. One thing I've realized about businesses in Matuga, people are not investors. but bagala nnyo kankole twawo bakinakola like bobo kigira mpola n'atandika okugivinga up okitegeera, and then they start wanting to do other things. Atandika katugeze oyinza otandika sauna ngeeyo, and then if the sauna is slow noga kangene ntekeko mu retail shop. Things don't work like that, especially in business. I gave you an example last year, I think. Bokede TV started and they had capital for 5 years. But somehow things worked out in the second year. They had broken even and they were making good money. So but if you're going to be starting a business in Matuga, any kind of business, don't think you're going to break even in like a year or 6 months. That doesn't work. So that's on retail shops like Ogunga Sukali Nebirala. Exactly, retail shops. I have a friend of mine who had a very big retail shop when I was in my S6 VAC campus. There the shop was really big, you know, like the biggest when I didn't chapang say band. But the shop has dwindled. Man, sikitegera njagala nnyo genda ne muwagira muguleko ebintu nga bingi, like when you go to buy 25 kg of rice, 25 kg of sugar, box of soap, but olumu otuuka nga tabina na bina naye nga waali okitegeera, and you go there 2 times a week nga tannaba kubireeta. So I don't know, it could be like capital issues, but if you're the kind of person that has family, I wouldn't okujja nga retail shop ogiterawo mukazi gwebuzaabuza okitegeera. If you are to benefit from retail, then operate it like a supermarket. Teri kuwola, teri kuteesa. Exactly. Naye n'ekyo nakyo kisinzira kifo ki. Waliwo ekifo ky'obeeramu ng'ataawola yalinga akola. Nga bw'otawola bijja vunda. Okitegeera. Then that means you need to really go to a big town. Like now in Matuga, you'd have to go to Gombe. But Gombe has refused to grow. Gombe is still a very small town. I don't know why. It's nearer Kavule, but it's a very small. You go to places like Sanga, Kavule, Chigogwa, or probably go to Matuga itself. Hey man, retail. Sijitegera bwe bajibara bagezesa bugezesa. Yes, Salmin, most people bagezesa bugezesa. What do you have to say about RAV4 double door? Enywamu ku mafuta Benedicto, but it's a very reliable car. Yemoroka jojo vuga nga tefa kukitegera kasita ogula eri mu mbeera ennungi. Naye ng'enywamu ko kutufuta, the time I've driven it has not been mine, but the vuga ya makanika wange lwaba ayina emmotoka yange anyina kijagala atereze and it goes overnight, then I take the RAV4. But enywamu ko sigisobola nze kamba meeting emu katono. So mbadde nzikizibwa kyembadde mbagamba like investing in entertainment center, but focus on kids. Nadde ndoza sikimazeeyo. Focus on the kids. Tekawo ebyeso bebiri modern, tekawo bouncing castle. Of course, like now bouncing castle it will probably take you beyond 20 million. Katsoko tekewo ebine ebyaffe. Soko tekewo bine ebyaffe byebocha, the welded byeso bebyo kidi mbada yebasindika we, but because the kids there don't have those centers. Ochitegera boboso wateka away mini swimming pool nga swimming pool ekola probably every Sunday and Saturday. Ochitegera and charge kids like 2,000 abazade bayingira bwerere, then otekewe ebyokulya ice cream, because the ice cream owenda kuzino, it's a very good thing. Ntoso bobota budde osobola okuzaamu chemical no muzamu mbidomola after some time bwabanga tebamuguze. That's the good with the ice cream. Ochitegera. Can you get a 6 million cup primo? I can't. Million mukaga zigula kibina kati. Kibina na Ipsam nayo munange. Zigula kibina na Ipsam million mukaga, kibina Ipsam 10. With 6 million, I'm honest. Kibina Ipsam 10, even 10 you can't get. Ochitegera. Kibina 10, Ipsam, Gaia, Mazdas, all those Mazdas you can get even SUV. Bye. Which other car can you get at 6 million? G-Touring, Karibu, 6 million. Just don't think about Primo. Otherwise, ogenda kufuna Primo nga ate ogenda jigulira yingini ya million 3. Okitegeera irebe gene gwera million mwenda. But now if you have like 8 million, you can get a 2000 cc Primo. Okitegeera you can get a 2000 cc Primo. In farming, we have seasonal farmer and seasonal farmer, but seasonal farmer always abeera mu market oba ebintu bya layisi ye abeerawo yet oli abeera mu kugezesa. Sina kitegeera seasonal farmer and seasoned farmer. Seasoned farmer abeera mu market. Seasoned farmer tavaawo. Kati who makes more money, the seasonal farmer, the seasoned farmer? Because I happen to think that the seasoned farmer would make more money because atandika okusoma trends without even going to the market. Namanya nti this product akatale tekagwa, this product akatale kagwa. Natandika n'okumanya value addition. Okitegeera. It's like when I decided that I'm going to be when I decided that I'm going to do performing arts full time. Okitegeera nze nakisalawo ne ngamba ngenda kikola ekyo. Sigenda genda kunkozesa anywhere else. Even when I had job offers that were there, I said I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm going to concentrate here and I'm going to try and find out to make a way to make it work. Then that's around the time that I said they also make marketing because I know that's the weakness. And trust me, I've never regretted. Which take it and things keep. Of course, it takes time, but it keeps growing. It keeps growing. In the beginning, you struggle, which is expected. Which take it. Struggle in the beginning with every business. It works. With every business, that's how it is. Because it seems like everyone woke up late. Morning, Bernard. Hey, Arthur, what business do you think someone can invest in to generate a daily cash flow? And probably the capital would be like 50 million at most. 50 million, I think with 50 million, literally you have... now, normally people will tell you to invest in the transport business, but the transport business, I've seen a lot of people complain. When I go and I go to taxi in Pia, ne taxi Muganda wange na ajin nemesa Muganda wange yale. You can imagine your brother driving your taxi na ajikule mesa. It depends on what you are good at. Normally, nze mbagambe chintu chimu. If you have your capital and you have a lot of money, don't invest in an area where where you don't have knowledge, because then the people that have knowledge in that area of business will take advantage of you. Invest in a business where you can't, when you start botani kokubala empichi bot teria kuba okitegeera nga botani kokubala empichi teria kuba, like me in the entertainment business, not like promoter stuff, but in the entertainment business nange wano performing arts bwe ntandika okubala empichi ne ngamba kanteeke wano ne wali oyinza obutansobola okitegeera. And then even in the entertainment business there are areas where I would not invest money, and then there are areas where I would invest money. So you need to understand yourself. Before you invest, that's why you find that Yanyono guy, Mbire Wasimba Telecom, he doesn't simply invest in anything. And he doesn't start businesses in anything. He's in a hotel, he's in I think he's in manufacturing. I think he's in then he's an investor in MTN, one of the biggest investors. But one thing I've learned about Mbire is that in the areas where he is not a specialist, he finds specialists that are already doing a good job there, that are already making money, and he invests more money. Now I'm a shareholder, I've invested like, let's say, 100 million in this business, but every year, bumper 20 million. Nebera one of the businesses that he has invested in. Nabanga, he's not actively involved, he's a board member. His job is to make sure that the numbers make sense, that they're going in the right direction. But if you invest, like, let's say 20 million in a business where you don't, because I'm not a specialist there and I would not invest there. Mathematics, so you have to think, am I an engineer? If you're an engineer, for example, then this is the time for you to invest in a construction company, because only engineer costing. And in engineering business, all you need is an office, a website, a proper functioning communication system, and a bunch of good builders, which are very easy to source. Investing in a construction company, I'm imagining you're an engineer, okay? So if you're an engineer, for example, you don't even need to invest 50 million, because you can hire everything that you use on a site. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If Arthur hires you to build, let's say, a theater for him because he's in the theater. If I hire you to construct a theater for me, you'll bill me, you'll invoice me. Ongambe, to construct the theater, we need 200 million. Ongambe, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ongambe, ngenda kora chino na chino na chino na chino, and I'm going to buy these materials from this area and this area and this area. Then I'll buy probably acoustics from Germany. I'll buy sound system from this place. I'll buy, and then kugambe they will be indicated. Wezimbe chizime gachi soundproof chipedewo. Ongambe, okay, to build a building that's soundproof, I need 180 million. Ongambe, okay, I'm going to give you the contract. How much do you need up front? Ongambe, give me 80 million, you give me 100 million afterwards. So the 80 million is to hire whatever you need to hire, machinery, chitegeza. Your 50 million is still safe. Then one thing I've seen the construction businesses do of lately is they build apartments and sell them out to people that want to invest in real estate. So ideally it's best bwoba oyinache wasoma ngaddala wakisomo okyagala ngira bwotandika okukikola you're really good at it, invest there. Nze tolina lunaku lwogenda kunsanga nga I'm investing money outside the performing arts. Never. You won't. Era bwononsanga I'll invest probably in an entertainment center which is still in my domain. I invest in a kids center where kids come and play, kids come and learn stuff. I'll invest in a youth center near a church, where I have youth come to learn dance, and then I'll get sponsors to come and sponsor that center. You see, approach in that line because when I was joining Makerere University, I had a friend of mine, Bamita Senyonga Richard. Then he came to me, Arthur, go and apply. He even helped me apply. And in my mind, because I was already in Nageno 18 years, I was already performing worldwide. Because by the time I was 18, I had traveled like UK, US, Canada and performing. So for me, the performing arts, when I is a professional. At 16 years, I was in Baka Imbira Drama Actors. Theater every day for rehearsals. So I was interested in the performing arts. When I applying in Makena Gabo, but I'm part drama. Sigenda kola course in dala yonna. Because for me, yeah, I can let me tell you, I'm really good to the extent that we have a show, by the guys that don't know, we have a show that is coming on Pal Magic Loco starting September. I'll tell you the name, I'll tell you the time of the show. It's coming on Pal Magic Loco. I can risk investing back because I know that if I invest that money back, it will come back somehow. Because it's my area. So if you're an engineer, think of investing in engineering. You don't have to invest in a construction company. You can invest in innovation. No probably they want you see this approach. The people want have been looking for people to help them cost houses. You can simply invest in a firm that helps people calculate how much they are going to invest in them in their houses. Just that. I tell you, that kind of business is only one employee. And it looks like a small thing, but it's big. Gwegamba, I'm going to invest in an application. I'm going to invest in a website. And all you have to do is go to that app, upload your building housing plan, and I'll calculate those things for you. Now, if you want me to be part of the consultant on your building, I can be there to make sure that people are using your material properly. They are putting the right measurements there. Consultancy. That's another approach. Marketing. This, if you hired me as a marketing person, these are the business approaches you would have in your business. So that's an approach to engineering that probably people haven't thought about that much. Now, if you're in medicine, you've seen guys, abana by investing in medicine, all they do is create platforms and then they look for investors. You saw what the Safe Border guy did. He created an app and investors came. And still employed as the CEO because he's the face of the company, Safe Border. Safe Border, we are calling that sending about 10,000 riders or 15,000 riders. Do you know what it means to have 15,000 riders? I think they just got greedy. Even with 15,000 riders, 15,000 riders, that's how much money. That's a lot of money daily. Ate, remember they had put delivery nga bateka nebama ne baita safe car, ne baleta safe loans, ebezo zakomawo safe money. They did a lot of things, I think, trying to diversify to make money because the safe border had dwindled. The reason it dwindled is they got greedy. There are businesses that the business models where you make kataini margin, then you make a lot of money. So for the people that have a big capital, 20 million, 30 million, 50 million, me, I would advise to invest in Katola Banga Clip Films Editunes, Aliwano. He is into videography, graphics. If he got 50 million and invested anywhere else, because he's already engraved in a business, what he would need to do with this 50 million is probably buy a high performance machine at like 15 million. Editing guy, or invest in a number of machines like 7 million nofuna machine nga nyai oba nofuna machine nga satu, and then you hire two editors to come and edit from your location. But then that would mean erofune na askari owe mundu because izo machine baba bagenda zinona. But editunes yachimanyi machine yemanyi okunafua nagenda na hiring a machine ewantu ewala ne bajimu hiring awali okugikolerako. So I would invest there if I were Editunes. Probably invest in a camera or two, invest in lighting equipment, because that's my area. That's my area of specialty. Don't invest in something you don't know. In Uganda especially, in Uganda bajja kuba business. I'm telling you, I've done that before. Invest in an area where you will be a specialist. Ipsam at like 6.5. Yes, Ipsam 6.5 ojifuna. Ne 6.5 ofuna primo yagala kubabu bina kura moto kazari. Now you are a seasoned farm maker and it can work out. But oli alinda Christmas ategeke chimusala cause everyone in Christmas season na ya ategese. Definitely salmi no limoto funyo. Oh yes, let's say I'm an engineer and I have a full-time job. Now I want to invest in some business that can generate for me cash flow rather than depending on salary. And kata wogenda mo consultancy Daniel, if you're an engineer and you have a job and you want to invest in something that doesn't require you to like a table boy or engineer you have a full-time job. This is where the consultancy comes. Create a website, create an app. All you do is costing for people and consulting for them. It makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense in your area. Manyite bisere bisinga bagamba. Abaganda bagamba ataina manyo katonda gwa winyama. I don't know how they say that thing. So if you're if I were employed full-time in the performing arts, and that doesn't really exist because now National Theatre, they have full-time jobs but they don't even do their jobs. So in the arts it's easier for one to actually do their side gigs, but even the side gigs nazote zitaka working out because nazoba zikola haphazardly. Atenga ne performing arts bamukola haphazardly kati nabera nga taina kyakola ne bagamba gayo oyo mulungi wano okitegeera. And for me I find that investing in an area where you're already a specialist would make more sense. At least obera nga bakumanyo yo yinginiya akolera kitongole gundi. Let's say you're full-time at Rocco. Akolera mu Rocco ne yaina ne consultancy firm ekuyambako okubala byogenda okwesa mu nyuma ne kuyambako n'okumonitoringa kati awo osobola okufuna y'abaana ab'omonitoringa oba tosobola kubeerawo n'omugago omulimu guli gumu kulaba nti cement bampimye kyekyo tebabbye amatafaali bwe bagajja mugabale and things like that. You have already started a business that doesn't really need you to supervise this person. Ono mwana omuwa omusala ogw'omuwa guli gumu gwagenda ku site kubala matiyo kakasa nti yoyo okitegeera. But I'm not an engineer, definitely. This is a marketing approach. Of course, it needs to have reality check by engineers. Okitegeera. Last month I was challenged by one famous YouTuber who refused K's position at Next Media. He said the position is paying high, but his YouTube is growing him faster. Yes. kati oyo omuntu atandise okubala long term, atandise okukiraba nti it can grow. And one thing you need to understand is that when you go into employment, like if you went to a station like NBS, you would stand. You only grow as far as they want you to grow, and they have a strategy. By the time NBS gives you a job, they have a strategy for you. Bamanyo yo butumuleta wano tugenda mu balabo tuti ajja tukolera emyaka bwegiti tumusuule. Obabu anatukolera bwati agenda tukolera sente bweziti. That's why they don't want to bring on board someone that doesn't have a following. Era bagala kuleta muntu ayina ki? Ayina following entonotono. Ato yo guy yobabu itani, I saw the interview. Ayina following nene. Nti bagenda kuba ku million katugeze 5. Na million 5 a year from now oyinza okuba osobola zikola in a week. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. Oyinza okuba osobola zikola in a week as a YouTuber. Okitegeera. Ate oyinza omusanga agenda ayiga nga trade ya agenda ajiga afugira naye nga bona ogenda ku NBS contract bagenda kugamba now kati channel zo ozimanaging nazo zi branding a NBS, which in a way doesn't make sense for someone that is used to being independent. Okitegeera. Daniel, business is your time. You've got to make sure that you create time for it even when you're employed somewhere. Exactly. Oh yeah, your advice makes sense. Pretty. Thanks a lot. I have been thinking of starting a construction company, and maybe this is a go ahead for me. Let me think and plan this weekend. Aha, Daniel Katoli engineer. I didn't even know. But I find that engineering is one area where you people could make a lot of money. Like if you're not, the mobile are too expensive, like the Rocco expensive. Be affordable, but then be principled. Nga chotamanyi oito mulala na chimanyi. That's one thing I've realized in construction. Abantu abali mu construction chemutamanyi temukiriza nti temukimanyi at least oyonoona okitegeera, which I find to not be a very good thing. Okitegeera. So be trustworthy, and you don't really need a lot of capital in engineering. Okitegeera. You need a good name, good branding, okitegeera, and good people skills, and then you start with no money. I find that almost every business can start with no money, apart from entertainment. You really need money, especially when you're an investor. After Daniel has 50 million, other than operating risky business in Uganda, let him open a unit trust by more interest per month, and annually, I think you can get 50k daily with 50 million. That's something. That's something. But again, Isaac, he can still open the unit trust and still have his. He can use 40 million to open the unit trust and then use the 10 million to start his construction business. He doesn't need the 50 million to start a construction business. All he needs is office space where people can actually find him. He needs a website, a functioning email line, functioning phone numbers, functioning WhatsApp line, and probably he needs active social media, marketing on social media. Because I know engineers are not really limited, and you can use approaches that go around the law. So he needs marketing. Cheyetaga is a marketing system, basically. Their business is with the marketing system, and you make money. Like engineering, architecture, but surveyor. As long as you have a proper marketing system, you can make your money. A dentistry, medicine, as long as you have a marketing system that is clear and you have even retention. I don't know dentist. I don't even know the last time I visited. What you but dentists can make money from clients by simply convincing a customer that they need to visit you once a year. You'll make money. Once a year, a customer visits you once a year. Ejo mukebera ku mannyo bwamara okuwa emitwalo ebiri ejo omukebera amannyo n'oba ku product komuguzaako omutwalo osegera n'owanga omukozeemu ekyesatu oba ebiri ekitundu, let's say. Kati all you need to do now is to have 200 customers that visit you once a year. Ontegera. Now this is marketing knowledge. All you need to do is have 200 customers that visit you at least once a year as a mandatory. Ng'obakubira n'essimu n'obaga muzeeyi tewaza amannyo go gajja kuvaamu. Osegera jangu n'emitwalo ebiri tukebera amannya ago. Tetwagala oweze emyaka 8 nga tolina mannyo. Trust me, if I had a dentist that scares me, nangamba Arthur, jangu, kebera manyogo, I would go. But the dentists here, I think they make enough money already, so they don't care. Nina dentists go nali nyambe kokola marketing system, but I think science is going to value marketing. Weba engineer bani, you don't value marketing. Nechimukolera muko na maana achivaamu nange nengambo why business agency ndika yange kangene nkolega ne mwesonyiwa ostegeera comment kansomere ko wali mukati ko kubitala. Yeah, so today is Market Tuesday, guys. One Nissan X-Trader mpisa bwefanga mpisa kamuleka agende kati bwefanga ali mu kumpisa. By the way, you guys, why more kaze muino okwewalira ddala ogirabe UPB milioni 8 na of course webaje kutuma kati eyinza okukubula okitegera naye bwatuka nga atunda teringa kulugo bakawundo kachachi kano bakanzimbira bulungi. Sajja bakuluganga papa banange ebikoze ensobi ze nakola ngensobi eddanga ncha tukaduke wefulali mbwangu niwesanga ngane ku mulimu totuuse nosiba ku poliisi sikyaliagala nze. It's their policy. At NBS, employees don't have YouTube channels. Kat already bawa guy bamu cripplinze. Okitegera, the moment they take away wali just sent aku cripplinze ogenda ku dependinga ku NBS yokka. Okitegera. Today I'm going to try to fast another 18 hours. Yesterday namazeko 18 hours, by the way. So I'm going to try and do 18 hours today as well, without eating and just drinking water. I want to try it the entire week, ndabe how heavy I will be by the end of the week. Njagala losing 3 kgs, of course, but I also want to be a little bit more healthier. And me, I have a very high appetite. I can eat 4 meals in 2 hours. 4 meals, full meals. Nze ndya mujirabye chikere mpya jibaita bito. Good morning, JK Seth. Good morning, Seth. I think the first step as an engineer is to embrace social media and market yourself over there. Exactly. With proper marketing, almost every business to get a capital. Almost any business. Almost. I'm saying almost. Banange basera amanyo wano. Yeah? Ewamwe gabe inyo JK. JK, even here in Dubai, okugenda ku manyo you have to be with 500k minimum. That UAW chitala can go for how much? Banange saji na byononsonyiwa. It's quite hard for me to read comments when I'm driving. Since today is Market Tuesday, let me market myself. Services. I'm a civil engineer and mainly do project management on projects. Kati Orabie Daniel, your area of specialization, you don't even need money. All you need is a marketing system. Ojojana ku investing even 10 million. You don't even need 10 million to invest in that. Kati kwata zile million zendala naziteke mu unit trust nga Isaac bwe yagambi. Okwate million 10 ozisewo manyente ono capital wangu wa my project management firm. Eyabiriga yali nkadde kweyo akokapya sewo. Ito simanyi sijja kulimba. Wakati yo bito nakalabe emu jenda babuli kiseera siraba ndala. Nakalabe emu e Kampala. Awinza musanga yajetumisa. Waliwo yabadde zarafu mugiraba kati yasaba omuntu asoboka million 19 kwa 2. Naye anyirira yagifuwa bulungi kubewe baddamu ne bagifuwa definitely. Naye agirabiridde bulungi baba. Kati yakuga million 2 bamanyira bwoba ononye emmotoka abantu bano bamanyira. Kati ate nojja olaba that UAZ RAV4 in front of us. That one, about 28. You'll be joking with RAV4s. But you find a Kruger USZ, same model, by a million and here people book a week's holiday in a 5-star hotel in Turkey with pickup and drop off to a dentist for operation, and it's still cheaper than Denmark. Are you sure? A friend had a tooth removed and replaced it with artificial tooth. The bill was about 20 million. Watch the Yakuma way Kampala, never replacing another day in Denmark. Nina mumtaniko, jeke mtaniko kubaramu. Mpozi ngari ku insurance. Nebo abaya fulumya sente te yabada. Olinyake nyonyi noje Kampala ne bakyuse erinyo ne bateekamu erya plastic eri ne bateekamu n'olinya nyonyi no dai Denmark nga n'abantu bo balabyeko nga ne bichudren olidde okitegeera no dai ne Denmark no officer ne sente. Don't talk about Beetle. Some bought it at the same color like that one UBB, but already packed for 1 year. No, not even covered. Now even covered with Garayamotama. Yeah. Your Beetle, but those cars, the Beetles, the Volkswagens, the fuel system and the gearbox is where the problems are. Fuel system, gearbox. Ngana after gatoto nga gara isi banana. Kumikiriza baba. Mwe bagayi. Mafuta gabano gara isi gasingana gasite oil. Kanzijulize wano. Ebintu bya Kampala bya mathematics. Waba ina visa. Kanzijulize wana amafuta sigenda kwetekera. Papa ina visa. Juza bwe kikona ngo jam. Inda konda benti kadi zange nzirina. Nzo ko utandika okwe. Inda konda be ATM zange. Kamala okulaba kadi. Tekamu. Bwe kikona ngo jam. Katino mwe kamba buli, the one thing abali Kampala chembade temanyi, this petrol station eno toto yokwakesha mole, it's very affordable even doing service. That's something you would not expect. Na mafuta gaba katigala isi nokusinga city oil. Kansibe tebankuba mpewo na ye mafuta gaba generally nzi ndabye gala isi. I was planning to go to Poland or Romania to work on my teeth because those places are closer in case I needed a quick check-up. Kati amanyo checkinga gachi jeki. Namwe mutuleke. Oli Bulaya okebera amanyi. Mwe Bulaya mulya bulungi, mulya dodo, mulya bichi. Kati amanyo okebe. Bakufe tuya chips z'okukubo. Abantu gaba chips z'okukuba zikisa na oil wa transformer. Kati fetu inokebera amanyi. Nina fetu. Ola fe. Jeke abantu beno bafanga manyo sige gabasabaffe kati okeberaga kyamanyo gali gasani bera wobova kunyamojive kumanyo tugendayo gatuluma tugendanga n'oluba luzingi naye if we got a dentist nga amanyi byakola baba waliwo gaye wewe kibuyawo yali social media amukutte n'amaanyi before the lockdown simanyi bwali kati naye yali yagezezaako okwerwanako jamu 36 liters. Sina simu ndala kubala. Ne receipt ye? Obuzibu kwe kugira natuteka mu kadi nga sirina sente. Naomba ngenda kabira wano. My mom told me if I'm to buy her a car, I should buy Beetle old model, a Pajero intercooler, Nissan Sun pickup 1,200, if not those 3 sita wana. Mugulire gundi. Mugulire Pajero. Mugulire Pajero naye mugulire erimu ogula Pajero ngerimu the ordinary engine. Engine enganda gye bayita engine enganda dawo ogamba makanika njagala engine enganda. Teka mwe. Kandabeko 1518546. Mama futa gatabuse. Akako kakano kaliwa kaba kawandikiddwako kali katika tuolekere 47 kanzuandike wana guys abali mu Kampala amafuta aga rice gali ku toto yokwakesha mall temugamba nti saba gambi amafuta aga rice gali ku toto akesha mall abanywa full tank ate tuvuga omutwalo no jonyo omutwalo ngena nenda abantu abamu ngagenda okugula amafuta aga rice naye agenda okugagula asavinga nusu 10 choka nanywa amafuta ga mutwalo ate nagavugira olugendo. I used to do that with at campus when I used to naiga mass amafuta aga rice gano galaba kati olaba wanonywedde 5-10 site oil ya 5-3 okitegeera. Of course 200 shillings is very little money naye woba onywa amafuta agenda kutambuza for a very long time it makes a lot of sense. Actually msevinze nusu 2-2 nywedde lita mmeka? Nywedde lita 36 okitegeera. It's very little money naye ezo sente zigula lunch. Kati it's very little money actually for a person anywa omutwalo oba ebiri. So Market Tuesday, guys, you can ask me any marketing question right now. But majority of your business decisions are marketing decisions. Most businesses right now, but CEO are hiring a marketer because abaina ango jalo wolezamu business. Omuntu omulaja atayinza jiro wolezamu. Okitegeera. Nade ni like dada jengendo okujja amafuta. Abasinga balina 5-2-8, 5-2-8. Ndio sene mpita nene ate kajamu kegulo kabadde kazibu nnyo baba katunywedde. Today has been so good. I mean, Arthur, don't you go to wash your teeth? Wash ate I brush ate wash the teeth for what? Era jekira naga abazungu mwino olujanja janja kati ate you brush your teeth ate you and like me musomye comment ya Jeke sebagenda nayo za amanyu mutujeko namwe mutujeko wash teeth for what? Ate brushing is kati awarachi sibivira kudala ebyo kusenya ningane boza mwe guy comment ya Jeke mujirabye kumwe nabali wana anayo za amanyu you go to a dentist to wash your teeth. Kati ate that's a new one. I've never even had a dentist in Uganda talk about washing the teeth. Chide kana obe nyini ba dentist bagoza. Jeke ana. Yako ino luzungu lungi mani. You wash the teeth. Oba si kyotegeeza. Ngotegeeza kugajja mune bagazaamu. Saba amanyo gakola service. Ana mwe ekapate tubikola ebyo. Abantu bafe bafa sirimu. Bafa cancer. Teri cancer wa manyo. Kati why would I be washing the teeth? Guy, Jeke mumuulidde. Jeke washes the teeth. Muguye pajero naye gula pajero ngerimu yingi ni nganda. After there's new laws about kawunyemu. They say that alcohol count should not exceed 50. What if my alcohol count is naturally produced by the body? Will I be there is no alcohol produced by the body now. Now of course the senior mwenkati simanye bibapima. Senior nga kumwe. Nanywako na esi kunywa kati. Nyinalo nanyo mwenga ndi campus. nenvuga nga genda gasira bayonga nyina chali wanga atudde ku passenger yakwata steering nga nabaganya okuvuga mbaga temumanye mmwe kuvuga na campus bananga atatamira ko ku campus wasubwa oyinzo tamira ngo wezeze emyaka 7 nze twagenda it was over yali graduation sort of party omwana waba atabula biki nenywa nintabuka nembako nga mvuge moroka kukubo ngaravu feye ndi maso ndaba munyana inga tugenda twatuuka naye ono chali wange yali wano yakwatanga steering nga agikwata bwati nagize tato nyumiza mwenge because recently my workmate collapsed and when the ambulance came they said his alcohol count is in the body is low. But I tell you, the thing about alcohol count is money. JK is right. These days, or you know, Uganda, never got a service once or twice. Mutuleke namwe. I don't have plaques. I brush properly. I don't have plaques. Good morning, Papa. Toyota Auris ye mune Alex. Tizina nyonja olokujja ko design. Ebidala byonna byezi. Okujja ko ntoyizo sanga Auris waliweza okuyima olunana. The engine eyinza okukyuka mukola ebidala byonna ye Alex. Chris Fitness. Me I find that the people that have plaque, oboli abichebe bileta plaque. I don't have plaque on my teeth. Eramba kuba na windows and aligenzi dani bagoza. But I don't have plaque. Kaisha zaba ina plaque baba genda bagozi. After I want you board nina concept yange and I and my team will need your expertise especially in marketing. Hey Isaac amuli. Hey nze wali sente ngana. Wali sente ngana. Chobola anazeyo n'okusoma. Nazeyo n'okusoma mbere nga ntekako badge nga jeke bwatekako si engineer, ocean rig builder. Ogabi chebe bidala byotekako kugenda ng'ozimba ebintu mu ocean. Bananga atamanyi jeke yo mu babede baffe wano. Jeke azimba ebintu bye tulaba mu film ebya America ebintu ebera wagulu helicopter ne zigwa kombira bebera mu ocean betera okulaba mu film z'abagundi. Betera mu film za secret service. nga batendekera yaba amaje ebintu ebyo bitebera mu ocean makati ebyo jeke byazimba sajja wa amanyi nnyo naye kati simanyi certification za inalabika ine ebintu oil rig simanya biki ebi certificates kanangi ndi mu kubisoma. Of course I'm going back for the skill. Buli wenda banganyina gap nzirayo nenjigatta buli wenda banganyina gap nzirayo nenjigatta oshye kati of course kati bebasomesa sawa eno mu class je ntulamu mbimanyi bibadde basomesa for the first like 2 weeks mbadde mbimanyi kati ndi mu kwejjukanya no of course no kujjukiza mano kirayika ba dentist bagala kutukola mu center Uganda teri plaque on teeth nze nange ndaba the people that have seen that have plaque on their teeth era nchewunya ngamba how do you have plaque on your teeth then I think it's the food those guys eat and the coffee ochekira nze bwe ndaba omuntu wane Kampala nga ina plaque ndaba nga bata brushing bulungi because me have never had a plaque on my mbaga amatemugula gofu yiyo mbula n'okudde balingi balage yiyo basindise ensindika okudda ku bbala wano ne bwosanga kibina ngeri ku UAB tesobola kufiira ku kkubo ogirabye ate nga abantu abavuga ezo gofu bo batera okuzirabira ezo za estate because batera kuba bagaggaga yiyo kati yefudde fuel pump tezitera kufa birala ndeka nyingirira yiri naawe tolina kyofiirwa obuzibu bwa gofu obusinga fuel system na gearbox bweba yamanyo gearbox eba evuddemu ne kati awo bosigaza fuel system bwe bulwadde bwa gofu bwokkanze bwe nalaba tewali bulwadde bulala kati ekitera okubaawo nti etandika efa fuel system bwe bajja okkanika fuel system ne batta ebirala. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Nti bajja kkanika fuel system ne batta ebirala okitegeera kati kamalo bayigiriza ono okuvuga emmotoka abo mbagala nnyo abo balowooza mbu bw'olinnyo omuliro oba omanye emmoroka mbagala nnyo. Coffee brings plaques and many other foods and drinks. Kati fe wane Kampala tetuzirina ezo. Era wane Kampala bwolaba omuntu ng'alina plaque ku mannyo aba tasenya. Nze nkyewunya nokyewunya nesanga omuntu ng'olina plaque ku mannyo. Era mbadde nsirisenga kya plaque simanyi kikyozesa amannyo. Kadawe? Sirina plaque ku mannyo. Neno wunda taliyo. But how do you have mpozi era coffee? Ate mwe abazungu munywa nnyo coffee. Kata mwe mugende baboozi. Newa ne Kampala. Omuntu alina plaque e Kampala my brother. Aba tasenya. Sa Apple wasn't that bad. Nekubo lyabwe bbi jamu mungi kugamba. In Uganda, it's not easy for someone to have plaque. Yeah, it's not. Comment kanzisome later on abadde ki. Atamesa okuyingira layini yaffe. Ovuga emmotoka ennene bwetyo ng'otyayo. Ize emmotoka bwesoze nenvugayo olaba nyingira na Corolla yange eno. Nenkuyingira. Kati olaba envuga eyo TX. Mumba mwina okumuviira. Ayite mumpa lesoni za kuvuga. Ndeke. Neba n'abantu kati bampita kunona permit yange. Mwe ati wa amanyi Edwin. Muleke. Ati wa amanyi. Lwakuba nti olwawo okukola ki? Olwawo okufuna. Naye nga bw'otandika okufuna. Gwe! Ne kapasona ko kavuga nga avuga emmotoka ey'amaanyi. Mulabe. Nze mukyala wange njamukuba n'empinga avuga ebyo. N'okuba avuga emmotoka nga bw'aba aliyingidde nga ggumidde. Sibya kuvuga nga baana bato. Kati kana akasozi mukalaba mu jjaamu wano womanyira nti wayiga emmotoka ya manual. Omuntu atanayiga emmotoka ya manual tasobola na kwogera nga bw'avuga emmotoka. N'oyimira n'oleka n'abantu ne basala naye nayiga emmotoka. Kati oba ati abasajja abavuga taxi ng'agivuga daily aba amanyi emmotoka. Tuleke ne kubiyita plaque. Ebyo biba binnyo ebya black. Tebasenya just. Oli mutuufu Bernard. Ezo Kampala wano. Olaba n'abantu ab'omukyalo bw'aba asenya kizibu olaba n'abakadde nze jjajjange talina plaque. Jjajja wange ate mukadde. Ate abakadde obamanyi kirabika olumubeerabira. Ate abakadde olumubeerabira olumubasenyesa buti. Ate obuti obwo tolina bw'osenya eri munda. Akati kasenya kungulu wano wokka. Naye naye talina plaque. Okitegeera? Kati ze newunya omuntu abeera ne plaque e Kampala wano aba tasenya mu butuufu. Even now I'm on coffee. Salmon ali sasulira ez'okwoza plaque. Naye kati Salmon mwabali ndoza mulaba kye mukola abantu. Mwe mukola kaawa n'aleeta plaque. Mwoza mannyo. Tani mbadde era neewunyeza ekyozesa amannya amayonjo bwe gati ngende bagoze tekiba kyejo bagozeeko ki. Naye abazungu by the way abazungu mbalaba nnyo ne plaque. Era nga bwe mugambe it's true. It should be the coffee that causes the plaque to come. Arthur, your thoughts on bonds as an investment? Do they really make financial sense? I think they do for someone that is risk averse. They do because okwata sente ze zali batizikolera noziwaayo nezikolera because the government bonds they are risk free. They will give you your money whether what. They'll give you your money. So instead of keeping money in the bank, I would actually buy the bonds. If I were risk averse, me I'm not risk averse. I fear risk, but with certain things byemanyi nti kati kino bwenkibala bwente era ebiseera ebimu ekinsalako kuba nti sente zikendeera olina byozikozesa ebirala biyitirivu. But like I'm going to do a Christmas carol. We're going to produce a play called A Christmas Carol. For the guys that read Charles Dickens' book, A Christmas Carol, we are doing an adaptation of it on stage. It's going to be massive. I'm going to invest quite some good money. But that's because that one is calculated. You calculate no money risky. I don't, of course, invest in things that yes, money quality. One other guys, I do a nedda, retail shop, nedda. Okuja ngeri mu kukikomera wange we nazimba akaduuka ngezo sente just za kukuma mukozi nga tali idle. Okitegeera, that's the only reason I would put it in a retail shop. But if I had a lot of money like 100 million, okitegeera, I'd first of all think of investing in my own area of practice, in the performing arts. That's the first place I would think of investing, because in Zimanyi we sobola okuzijjayo. Okitegeera, I'll give you an example in theatre. Hiring Bat Valley Theatre, for example, on a weekday Monday to Friday, olunaku lwa million emu. Kuliko amasanyalaze, kuliko a sound technician, kuliko a light technician, kuliko ne ba cleaner babiri. Bw'omuwa million na spendingako emitwalo 2. Emitwalo kitwaza emitwalo 2, it's because asasula sound technician or your specialist, na asasula ow'amataala. Of course siba specialist tebabisoma naye kati bamanyi system yaabwe bekola, so n'abawayo emitwalo 5. Then he pays the cleaners 10,000 each. Okitegeera, kugana spending emitwalo nga 15 awo, na spending y'amasanyaze ga emitwalo nga 8. Okitegeera, n'asigaza emitwalo 7. Ontegeera, ekifo kye ne kisigalawo nga tolina kyoyonoonye, tolina kyokoze eki, n'akola emitwalo 7. That place marketed properly. Ate Bat Valley Theatre wasn't built nti y'amaanyi nnyo. Ekyo ekifo bw'oba okimarketinze ng'okimarketinze obulungi, that place can make you 700,000 every day for 5 days. Then weekend, Saturday, Sunday, he charges 1.5 to 2 million shillings. 1.5 is if you're going to either do day or night. Bw'ogenda kukola show y'emisana n'ey'ekiro akujjako million 2. Ostegeera. Now that place was marketing bulungi ne ba customer, because now the customers are not actually the patrons. The customers are the hirers of the venue. Kitegeeza osobola kukola sente meka a week. Now Bat Valley Theatre nga weeri bwe baagizimba nga bwenjiraba tewera mu million 2. Erimu million ndoza nga 10,000 bwe mbanze njizimbe ku ssali eriko. Okitegeera, erimu million nga 10. Okitegeera, neba ngekolera million. So osobola ogizimba n'otagimaliriza nagimaliriza n'etandikirawo okukolera. Zekolera entono because otandika charging katono nekolera eziddako. Now a venue like that would work anywhere. Ontegeera, a venue like that would work anywhere. Kati bobozi okoze ono bakimanyi nti wanuwe. Okimanyi nti wanuwe obasindikire muli ebinyu. Alabika nabadde takimanyi nti avuga wanuwe. Yananga oba muyigira we motoka bannange. Gwe novuge kubo n'olijja eri waggulu n'olanga teri moroka ekkirirayo n'otayimirira kubuuza ba boda nti abaaye e Uganda wano tebazimakinga. Ekyo kintu kiri kimu kye mulina okuyiga. E Kampala buli lwovuga ekkubo n'olaba nga teri moroka egenda gy'olaga, sooka obuuze owa boda owaaye no wanuwe oba teziri marked. Bana ndi ku theatre la Bonita temujja ne mubbe emmotoka yange ate gye nzijuza amafuta muyinza okujja mwagala okugitwala n'omuti kankebireko ndabe nti weeguli ojja okugibba bikusiiwe. Ebintu nga bigamba nzizaayo kati bano mu parking spot yange batadde meeting ya parking ewa. KCC parking spot yange batadde banange mwebagaye kasoke parking eno kati eno parking eno jeke jaita ogiyita ki transverse olina bwogiyita mu lusungu lwammwe olweyo abantu giyita reverse parking oba box parking yeyaba kafulu omusajja yansanga mpaka nane go parking otya no parking daddala bulungi ku edge bulungi nena basiibula okay nzija kubba mafuta gano tegavaamu emmotoka erina alamu eno okay Chris Fitness agambye eki coffee smoking eating fast processed foods and highly oily foods is what brings plaques. Uganda we eat fresh foods terichireta plaques kati amanyomba njoza gachi someone talked about investing 50 million and getting 50k per day. That's about 26% interest in a year. Is that true? Sounds too good to be true. Please enlighten me. Isaac, come and tell us more. Come and tell us more about your 26%. Chiba chirungi nyecho. Tractor yomba wema. Muna tractor ya KCCA. JK, talk to any insurance company. They have those unit trust packages. Arthur nange went one way a Kampala not same like Bulai. Gwe kukastofu kavuga yo second za asatu. Bwona bateri egenda jolaga ne boda tezigenda yobuuza. Otherwise ogenda gwa mbizibu. Idoka parking dot ka kodi naige moroka naiga nakakozesa anti luli. Anenga mmwe. Boyigo kuparking nganzo bomanyi. Obumanyi. Ne ababagundi aba insurance tebatera gaba that much. Bagaba 10-15. 26% eri waggulu 26 kubakati yebwa abazi wala ku sente mmeka because the unit trust people what they do is also they also invest in other companies or they also lend the money to banks. Kati if a bank is lending me at 28%, it means they got the loan they got money at like 15 or 20%. So a person can't lend out your money at 20% and they pay you 26%. Okitegeera. Yeah, but never about 26, never about 15%. It's if you have a job, the money you make is enough, and you don't really need to do any other business. Putting 40 million in a place where you can get like a 15% every year is good. Anyway, thank you for being part of this broadcast. Can subide to yize kubanze njize nti abantu boza amanyo banange jeke over secho jeke the Colgate you get in those countries is duplicate. Because for Colgate wafa akola osenya n'omuliranga nakamwayagala kababula oyitayinza kukiza plaque kujjako. Bridget Kakai, thank you for being the 1st October. Antonio, Chris Fitness, Isaac, Luidika. Bane mwebaga ngate sharing numbers za simu. I don't know why. Does this thing prohibit you from sharing phone numbers? Because imanjagala nyo when you market your business, you also share a phone number. Oba secho you guys share you contact me on WhatsApp. Mbele na you speed dial in case someone needs your service. Then I can share your number. But ideally, it would be a nice thing for you to share your phone number here. Like Isaac, Wagami oli surveyor. I'm sure people want surveyors here. Abantu baba bani baba litana abantu abatali ba surveyor. Okitegeera because surveyors tebatambula na certificate zaabwe, olumba surveyor tetulaba na office zaabwe, okitegeera. So I'm sure people want surveyors. Naye kati oli surveyor oli akwesa kali akantu akapima bwe kati mukagamba plot ekoma wano nga katutudde mu ngundi. Oba oli surveyor bana ab'emiguwa. Sanji Phone Solutions, Chris Fitness, Abe, Pade, Mark, Gonza, Daniel The World, Wadobuze Muko, Patricia Chibirango. Patricia, you're the first lady mechanic gwenda byenga alina illiterate ku simu wano. Webale kubeera onete we marketinze. Antonio, Isaac Mink, Salmina, Joshua, Moses Heath, Access News, Semusu Wilba, Gerald Sonko, Benedicto Lukwago, Sam Shabohurira, Ibanda Bernard, Daniel tumusime. Edwin Mugerwa, JK, Seth Kagaba, Ben Kako, Chairman Zach, Wills Dora, Dawood Mununule, Dawood Mununule, Muroza Sibebo. Namwe abali Mukamoli, I don't take it for granted. Thank you very much for being part of this broadcast. Yeah, tomorrow we are going to be talking about Lwachigo omwana wabobwe, omwana w'omunaku, omwana ava mu humble background. Manyi tuzita humble background naye amazima oba okulira mu bwavu teba humble background. Obwavu buhambulinga n'olowooza oli humble. Lwaki emmotoka eziri ze bayita abamu bazita classics, abamu bazita exotic, lwaki tulina zeesonyiwa kati nga mulabye bita eyo, that's an exotic car e Kampala wano, okitegeera. Survey abakubuuza how much is transfer, olaba lwaki enamba y'essimu ebeera very important. Kati gwe survey olina okufuba okulaba ng'ojjobeere ku podcast yange one of these days when I start the podcast, ojje hosting otusomese n'otusomesa ebintu ebyo tutamanyi. Those countries they eat chocolate and coffee. From chocolate wa abakazi anti omugulira omukazi gwe tomulyako. Jeremy, skepticism is totally called for in this case. Chris Fitness, true. A return of 7% per annum in Denmark is uploaded. Imagine 26% in Uganda. Kati Denmark babaga ba 7%. Kati olwe Kampala 26 babagana kubba sente zondowooza. 26 is too good. Jeremy, how many portions and where is the land? Shall we need to process titles for the subdivided? Isaac, sharing a number. Ngenda kuvaako sharing a number. Sharing a number. Wanoteka mu comment a number yoba email address. Okay, put an email address kali. Jeremy are contacting via email because kati nina kuzina bintu abantu bali modern kusimu kwenyini ku email address clicking app nga ateka email address yonga nga akufunye. Share an email address. Mbasibule banange, thank you for being part of this broadcast. Alaki Moze webale kubeerako namwe abali Mukamoli, I don't take it for granted. Kansubira lero tuyina kye tuyize. I task to learn something new almost every day. Buli broadcast kuno njagala nnyo nenvaako nga nyina kyenjize. Sharing an email address nga ngenda. Banaye bagaye, omukama abawo omukisa. I'll see you tomorrow in the morning. I'm going to do the uploads. Nyina video nyingi ze shootings naye nga sinaba kuze editing abo editing ngo obudde bukyabuze mu katono. Atendoza engeri gye tulina broadcast wano. Nayo ebiseera ebimu indeed kuba nti I'm in touch with you guys, and then whichever questions you ask, like yesterday I drove a Dodge. Of course that one I didn't document it. I drove a Dodge, one of the few in Kampala. Eri ku UAK bagigula eri ku zero mileage nenge batawanya suspension. So he wanted to pick my brain on how to solve that issue, and yeah, it was a comfortable car overall. Yeah, Jeep Dodge. Yeah, your Jeep. Whatever guy, may God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Ciao.